Hey yo, what is going on everybody? Depraved Slash here, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
And we have what I'm going to consider an interesting combination. And not from the sense of these guys have done songs together before. Mm-hmm. But I never pegged them as a duo to put out a collaboration album.
Oh, they did a whole album?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
The album I don't think is out yet. I think it comes out April 1st, last
Okay.
I seen. But this is their first single off of it. I'm going to call it a single. I mean, it's not on the radio. But
Right.
This is their first
Still
track.
Single.
Right. This is their first track off of it. This is called Footsteps featuring Atlus.
Okay.
Last collaborative project that I seen Crypt do was with Screw.
Right.
Which was called Script.
Right.
Very creative name for an album. The album, though, hands down, was okay. Song for song, it was all right. I feel as a collaborative effort. My problem with the whole album as a whole was it felt more like a Screw album.
Okay.
Because there were 2 tracks where it was only Screw. Mm-hmm. And I thought we were going to maybe get 2 tracks at least, or 1 track at least with just Crypt, but we didn't.
Right.
And then most of the songs it seemed like Screw was on more of than Crypt. Which, in my opinion, was also some of the overall worst writing I've heard Screw do. There was 1 or 2 songs on there that I loved.
Right.
Even some of Screw's stuff, but for the most part, I felt like Crypt kind of outshone Screw in it.
Okay.
Which, for at the time, was different for me, because at the time when I first started reacting to it, I was a huge Screw fan. I liked Crypt, but Screw was my favorite YouTube artist at the time.
Right.
Now, he's not anymore, and that has nothing to do with him personally. It's just music-wise, now I have not heard any of Slime Shady yet, so I can't judge it based off of that. But just
Other stuff
musically,
came out,
so many other people have shown up that I feel are overall just as, if not more talented right now.
Right. And if you hadn't guessed, I haven't heard that album, but I follow Crypt as a reactor and musician.
Right.
So
I mean, I follow.
just not
I follow them both. I prefer Crypt's reactions more than Screw's. Because there are some songs Screw chops up just so he can make the money off of it.
Okay.
Crypt usually doesn't. He understands he's going to lose some money on some things, but it also draws in people.
Right.
But no, I follow both of them relatively closely. But I am super stoked for this. I do enjoy Joey Nato.
I follow Nato, yeah. I follow his breakdowns of beats as well as him being an artist as well.
Right. I've covered 2 Nato songs solely on my channel. Mm-hmm. Well, no, I covered 1 song he did with Screw. It was Nato featuring Screw.
Right.
Nato actually came and commented on my reaction to that.
Cool.
Jokingly taking jabs at me because I jokingly took jabs at him. Fun times.
Sounds normal.
Right. But over and above all, I do enjoy his beat breakdowns. Mm-hmm. Every now and again, if it's a beat he did, he won't break it down. He'll actually break down the lyrics.
Right.
But it's really fun to see the musical side of things in terms of stuff like that.
I enjoy his explanations a lot. Yeah.
Crypt is also doing some things lately that I'm enjoying, like covering and reacting to Massive Man. Which is, guys, for those of you that don't know, Massive Man is my favorite artist on YouTube.
And he's an amazing artist.
Yes.
I wouldn't list him as my favorite just because I have my personal preferences, but he is definitely up there.
But it's good to see other people, higher people, reacting to him.
And enjoying it so thoroughly.
And enjoying it.
Yeah.
So much that, from my understanding, we're going to eventually, after this whole coronavirus thing is over, maybe get a Crypt Massive Man collaboration.
That would be amazing.
Which would be amazing. So, but enough about all that. This is Crypt and Joey Nato featuring Atlus. The song is called Footsteps. I seen like a little 3-second preview of the video early on. It looks like it's going to follow the theme for today.
Screwed up relationships.
Looks like it's going to be a relationship thing. So we'll see. We could be completely wrong, but who knows? So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Crypt Joey Nato featuring Atlus. The song is called Footsteps. We're going to slash it up and break it down. Hope y'all are ready. We're ready. Let's go, baby.
Staring at this mirror and I'm questioning myself. Am I worth it? Am I worthless? I can no longer tell. I've been surrounded by these demons that seem to climb out of hell at the moments when I'm at the lowest and I need the most help. But I'm scared of reaching out to people. So many of them told me they would be there for me if I happen to need them. But when I happen to need them, they happen to laugh at these evils and act like there's nothing to be sad about, and that is lethal.
Ooh. Okay, maybe not be going in that direction then.
Well, he hears her footsteps down the hall. Makes me wonder if she's gone.
Right.
Because he's talking about the people that had said that they'd be there, and his low points aren't there or laughing at.
Which this is now Crypt in a bag that I like to hear because I like the more sad and depressing music. He had mentioned he doesn't do it often in the last song he put out like this because it puts him in a very dark place when he does it. Because I think most of us have been here. Now, I've definitely been in that situation, though, where I've heard people say they'll be there if I need them. And then when I do need them, they're not there.
Me too.
And it sucks. But it's also a good way to weed out who are your real friends and who are your not real friends. Now, granted, there are some situations where friends can't be there. I mean, people do have lives and have things.
Legitimately can't be
there.
there.
They legit got to deal with shit. But at the same time, I've also seen some people that have just been like,
backed out.
I don't know, man. Can't help you. And it's like, well, fuck you, too.
To need them, but when I happen to need them, they happen to laugh at these evils and act like there's nothing to be sad about, and that is lethal. I wish that I could change the way my brain views the world. I wish that I could take away the pain from all these girls that ever broke my heart, but irregardless, I deserved it. They didn't leave me for no reason. I know I earned it, but on the surface, I always act like I'm the victim, refusing to acknowledge that I had some flaws and awful symptoms. I never showed enough love to my first love. We'd argue all the time about it, and it made it rough. So when somebody came along to show her what she upped and jumped, and I could blame no one but myself, and that's a kick to the gut and a tough pill to swallow. But even I know that I should have been better, but now I'm drowning sorrows.
So is he referencing that somebody else came along and showed her what
real love was?
What real love was?
Yeah.
So
because he couldn't do it, she jumped ship, which is understandable. I mean, he did say that was his first love, but that it's also something that he knew was a problem, but he was unwilling to face it within himself, and therefore, if you don't take it out, look at it, you don't grow, you don't change from it.
Right. Which, I mean, I can 100% say I've changed a little bit with every relationship I've been in.
I
sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, I definitely understand, like he was saying, I wish I could change the way my brain works. And that is the, like, depressive side, the depression hitting you, you lose the will to just kind of function in general, shut everything down.
Yep.
But while I do that, I also still overthink everything, and I take it out and I overanalyze it. And so, yeah, every single breakup, friends, boyfriends, doesn't matter which it is, I've taken it out, and there's always something that I've learned from it, some way that I've grown, changed because of something in myself that I saw that I didn't like.
Right. And to add on to that, there's always things you look back and see that you could have done differently, or wonder if you could have done differently, how things might have changed. Which is always, whenever I have these kind of conversations with people, and then they turn around and they're like, but you always tell us you have no regrets in life, which I don't. Because even my mistakes that I've made, I've learned from.
It's the growing process. I don't have any regrets, and it's for the same reason. I mean, I've been in horrible, horrible situations. But the ability to take responsibility for your own actions and see where you went wrong and then work on changing that in yourself is something that unfortunately I'm not enough people do anymore. But it is also part of maturing.
I was gonna say, way too many people try to use breakups as an excuse to blame the other person on things.
Well, like you said, he always plays the victim.
Right.
So that is his depressive cycle. He's blaming them for perceived wrongs when he knows deep down that
Some of it takes two.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
The heart will always break unevenly, but there's always two sides of things. That it's never just a one-sided situation.
No.
Cause I knew the whole time how to make it work, but I had people in my ear telling me no more worth. So I let it slip by thinking I was better, but little did I know that I'd be giving up forever. And now she's happy as can be while I'm sad on this beat, rapping about the things that happened, looking back on memories. I always think of her, but she never thinks of me, and that's the way that it goes down the road, rinse and repeat until my last one. I'm sorry, I know you'll hear this. I was obsessed with the sex and your appearance, so when you told me that you loved me, there was interference, cause my heart still had a part of it there, but it wasn't sharing. But little by little you started to push her out the way, making room for yourself cause you were there to stay, and I latched on tight cause I didn't want you to go, but it suffocated you like I was squeezing your throat. And now I know that I'm the one to blame for my past. I made a couple songs about it and treated them like they were trash, but in fact I'm the reason that it failed. I'm the one that made it worse and went and tipped the scales. I'm the one that caused the separation and blamed it on you, cause if the tables were turned I'd probably leave you too. I'm hard-headed, I always want to be the one that's right, even if that meant you going to sleep mad every night. Now I lay in bed at night and I look to my left, knowing that you left. I'm left with nothing but regret, and it kills me knowing that I could have stopped it. And to be honest, I know you left me cause I left you with no options.
Ooh.
You left me because I left you with no options.
Ooh. That's a rough one.
I honestly have chills from that.
I did too. And it's a tale of two stories. The first girlfriend, he realizes it was his fault, but he played the victim.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second girl, he smothered because he was trying to make up for the things from the previous relationship.
Right.
That was also the wrong way to go with that person.
Right.
Now, see, that's the wonderful thing. We're both kind of clingy, so it works. Some people aren't, though.
Well, but I mean, like, what kind of clingy are you trying to put out there? Because we're both very independent people who like
Right.
to do our own stuff, but we also like to be in each other's, well, space, obviously.
It's our space.
Yeah, well, yes, it's a single bubble. So, I mean, there's a difference between this type of clingy and the smothering type of clingy.
True.
Like, neither of us are up in each other's business about who's texting, who's calling, that's the type of,
Right.
you know,
I've been down that road, too.
well, I've never been that person, but I've definitely been
I
in
never
a
start off as
relationship
that.
like that.
I've never started off as that person. But I've eventually become that person a couple times because
Reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe in going through people's phones or things like that. But, like, if I happen to pass by and glance at the phone and start seeing kissy faces and hearts.
Well, that's
and
justified suspicions at that point.
Right.
Though. Yeah, that's not, you're doing it just because the ghosts of your past, which is kind of what he's talking about with the footstep references that he's done so far.
Right.
Are what are provoking you to that state.
Right.
Versus, yeah, justified suspicions in that relationship, which, again, like I said, I've never been that person, because if I get to a point that I'm suspicious of someone, I shut down.
Right.
So I honestly don't, while it may be killing me, I won't show it at all. Will, at this point, will I, like, say something? Yeah, but, you know, I'm not going to fight over something like that.
Right. Again, this is the second time ever Crypt has given me chills over a song. The other one that he did, the really sad one, was his first song
Where
off
he was
of Tales
lying
from
on
the
the
Crypt.
graves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was
That's-
amazing and gave me chills as well.
Ah, man, love it, Crypt. So this is going to be Atlus. This is the second time I've heard Atlus. He's been in, and I don't remember who else's song it was. I think it might have been him, Gone, and somebody else.
I recognize his name. I know might be the same one that you're talking about.
Probably.
feel you inside my walls.
He has a voice similar to the lead singer of Nickelback's.
He does. And
He's probably going to want to choke me for saying that because a lot of people don't. I love Nickelback.
From us, that's actually a compliment. Chad Kroeger isn't his name?
I don't remember his name.
Right.
I'm not good with people's names.
If I'm wrong, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't care.
But he has a very Nickelback sound to him.
It's the bluesy grit.
Yeah. I like it, though.
I love it.
I feel you inside my walls. I hear your footsteps down the hall. Know what you're headed for. Get up and lock my door. Hope it can buy me time, cause I need a little more. You're now inside of my room. You haven't found me yet, but soon I'm underneath my bed, trying to hold my breath. No, I can't make a sound. I heard you paint houses red.
And I never understood why you're walking out the door, you're missing out on a good guy. You will never find another one like me, cause the gold of my craft, yo, I might be.
So he's taking the cocky approach to it right now.
Right.
I have a feeling it's going to backfire before this verse is over.
Did you see that? You're cocky. Right after you said it. Yeah.
Like I said, I have a feeling it's going to come back and haunt him.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is about the footsteps haunting them. But
Right.
Atlus even took an almost more horror-like approach to being haunted by his past because he's hiding under the bed.
Right.
Like, you haven't found me yet. You're in my room. I know what you're aiming for.
This is a good song.
It's really good.
On a good guy, you will never find another one like me, cause the gold of my craft, yo.
I've said something similar to this to somebody. His ex-girlfriend. We got into an argument, and I looked at her. I actually used a Kanye West lyric. It was my ex-wife, actually. I looked at her, and I said, there's so many other fish in the sea, but there's only one of me. I was a dick when I was younger.
That's a classy move, babe.
Oh, I know. I didn't say I was smart.
You said you were a dick.
I was a dick.
I might be. Then you shook your head and said that I was cocky. Then I told you, nah, you don't get it. Then you say you don't get it, you pathetic. You so wrapped up in your rap and you forgot about the present. And after that day, yo, you never.
Ooh, the bar!
You're so wrapped up in your rap, you forgot about the present. Like
As in rapping present.
Yep.
The
Rapping
bar! Crypt didn't actually come with any doubles that I caught.
His was very
But his
introspective.
was very
I
more...
really liked the flow, and it was, yeah.
Oh, that was... Okay. All right, Nato. That was nice.
Say you don't get it, you pathetic. You so wrapped up in your rap and you forgot about the present. And after that day, yo, you never came back. I was so stubborn that I couldn't learn a lesson. I thought you'd come around to whatever I want. I gave you all the signs to walk like a pedestrian. I feel like I lost.
Walk like a pedestrian.
This is why I like Nato. This is...
Well...
Even in his serious stuff...
Right.
He has creative ways to... He's way underrated.
He really is.
He's... For those pedestrian walking signs are the signs where you see people walking across the street. A couple people might not know that. That's why I said a sign, give you a sign,
Right.
walking like a pedestrian.
Walk like an Egyptian. Please don't.
All right.
I thought you'd come around to whatever I want. I gave you all the signs to walk like a pedestrian. I feel like I lost you, you feel like I crossed you. You can't buy love, but it'll still cost you. Looking back now, I can't even be mad that I heard another dude on the night that I called you. I finally woke up and realized that I'm the issue. I guess I had to be alone. And I swear sometimes I hear footsteps coming down the hall when I'm home. I remember every message that I sent you on your birthday saying let me get back with you. And you sent me laugh emojis and it shattered my heart. But nowadays it's funny that I laugh with you. Damn.
Ooh, that just gave me chills too. Oh my god. So he's hit the point of he realizes he doesn't deserve her
Right.
because of everything he's done. That line though was, oh man, that was fucking woo. Was not expecting that.
And you sent me laugh emojis and it shattered my heart. But nowadays it's funny that I laugh with you. Damn.
I feel you
Love his voice.
inside my walls.
And also, real quick, I just wanted to touch on, I think that's the first time I've heard JoeyNato sing.
Really? Oh, I've heard him sing before, and I can't remember on what, but he has a set of pipes on him. I really enjoy his
really
singing
fucking
voice,
good.
too.
Crypt's actually a better singer than he thinks he is as well.
I like Crypt's voice as well.
That was... Whew.
With you. Damn.
I feel you inside my walls. I hear your footsteps down the hall. Know what you're headed for. Get up and lock my door. Hope it can buy me time, cause I need a little more. You're now inside of my room. You haven't found me yet, but soon I'm underneath my bed, trying to hold my breath. No, I can't make a sound. I heard you paint houses red. I feel you inside my walls. I hear your footsteps down the hall. Know what you're headed for. Guess I never lost.
Love that poster.
Well, okay, so he's talking about, I really like the line, I heard you paint houses red. Alice in Wonderland-y, but also, like, you're a killer. Getting the feeling that the footsteps are not just the haunting of the girlfriends, but it is the depression that they're all hitting. They're all spiraling once they realize that they're the problem. And even though he's hiding, there is no hiding.
None.
It's all in your mind.
Depression is a terrible fucking thing.
It really is.
Locked my doors. I think I'll let you in, cause I need a little more.
Oh!
And then to end it with...
I think I'll let you in.
Ooh. Ooh.
That
the way that ended is almost a double in itself. Because he has been, like, the way he's worded the chorus, it's almost like letting the girl in, but at the same time it's also coinciding with the depression. So, and I love the way he ended that with, like,
I'll
go ahead and let you in, I need a little more. Like,
because all of them are talking about their past loves, like they kind of wish they could have them again. They could talk to them again. And
honestly, love lost is probably the biggest cause for most people's depression. I mean, there's definitely lots of factors, don't get me wrong. Right. But the one you hear mostly...
It's the most relatable one.
Is, yeah.
We share it the most. It's the most spoken about, at least.
But I can also relate to the end of his verse. Because, as I've said in many other reactions before and conversations I've had with people, shortly after I got divorced, I went through 6 months of probably the darkest times in my life in terms of depression, since I was a young teenager. And I didn't want to get out of it. Mentally, it's weird because and you know what's funny? Elijah Kyle had a tweet similar to this the other day that me and you both, well, I commented on for us, where he said something like, "Why is it we all want happiness but we feel most alive when we're depressed?"
Right.
And I had mentioned, at least from my standpoint, happiness is great, but pain is a heavier thing to carry.
And I said,
and it makes you feel more alive because, like, you feel the pain. Like, you could be happy and not feel the happiness.
Right.
But you cannot not feel pain.
Yeah, right. And I said that for us that have had past problems, I guess, traumas, whatever.
And if you want to look into it deeper, he wants to let the depression in because it's better than feeling numb.
Right. But I was saying that the cynical part of us is, even if we're happy, we're still waiting for the problems to start again.
Right.
So we can't truly enjoy happiness. And I mean, that's the thing about things that are on the opposite end of the spectrum. You can't really understand and enjoy one without the other, like without knowing it, because you don't know the difference.
The yin and the yang. Gotta take the good with the bad.
But for artistic people, I found especially, and most artistic people have had trauma, depression, whatever. I write better when I'm going through shit.
Right.
If I'm happy, it's just a harder mental state to get myself to start working on poetry or just basically bleeding it out on the page is what I do.
Right. And I think a lot of that also comes from, because think of it this way, as an artist or just a general person, regardless, it's easy to tell people when you're happy.
Right.
It's easy to approach people and be like, dude, I've got this going on. It's great. I've got this happening. But depression is a lot harder to approach people with. Because again, as I've said so many times before, most of us that go through depression don't want to burden other people with our issues unless they come to us first to talk about it. But we can express it through our art, whether it's if you're a poet or a musician, artist. It's easier to express it than to approach people to talk about it.
We all found an individual expression of art in order to purge it.
Right. But dude,
that was great, guys.
Whew.
Absolutely.
I got chills heavily at least 3 times that song. Once per person.
Each. I was just gonna say each person.
And really, again, Atlus's didn't hit me till that very last line, where I'm actually still gonna play out the rest of the video because I didn't do that. But no, just that line, like once I got to thinking about it mid conversation, like.
Right.
It's better to feel the depression than just to feel numb, because numbness eventually comes. It's a part of the healing process.
Right.
It sucks, but sometimes you just don't want to feel the numbness. You'd rather feel pain. So, whew. I'm hear it again.
I think I'll let you in, 'cause I need a little more.
When the Sky Turns Red 4-1, which is the album. Be sure to cop that, guys. Hold on. We gotta see who else on here. Bad Moon, Goat Cheese. Really. That'll be an interesting track. Art Triggered. Oh, they got a song with Chase and a song with Gone. Okay. Psycho, Luke Gone will fit that. Okay. And then Hallucinate featuring Chase. I think I'm most interested in the song featuring Chase, just because I love Chase that much as an artist. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely interested in the Gone track as well. Oh, man.
I like the artwork.
I do too. I'm going to have to buy this album. Gonna have to, at some point.
Good job, guys.
Once
we
I
really
start
enjoyed
working.
it.
Again. No, great track though. Crypt. And Nato. And Atlus. You guys, that might be one of my favorite independent artist songs I've heard this month.
This month, yeah.
If not this year so far. That was outstanding. And definitely can't wait to see what else you guys... I'm also interested in that track called Art, after everything that we've talked about. I just... The album as a whole. It's okay. I'm looking forward to it. Everybody be sure to cop that album.
I'll get to hear it.
I definitely know you guys pushed to get Crypt, like... He was, like... in the Billboard charts with his album in a couple countries.
Mm-hmm.
You guys need to push this, seriously. Great. This song, the album, I have a feeling is going to be amazing. I'm excited. This is my excited face.
We're both exhausted too.
Yeah,
just FYI.
Walked a lot today. But hey, we're going to end this here. If you guys like the video, be sure to slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of this track, Crypt and JoeyNato featuring Atlus, Footsteps. Also, be sure to comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see. Just let me know. I will try to get to it. Can't promise anything. Check the description below for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and BitChute, as well as the original link to this video. Please hop on over, like, sub, all those fun things. Also, check the description below for the Bar Discord, as well as our YouTube page. Discord, you can find us in there quite often.
Come chat.
the YouTube, you can find us there sparingly right now.
With all the quarantine and stuff, yeah.
And hey, that is going to do it, guys. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later.
Hiccup.
Peace. Another 25, 30 minutes.